I just made $59,000 in 5 days with no money down, no experience, no work whatsoever. I literally played video games on my couch and made $59,000 in 3 days. I'm just kidding, but that's what you guys want to hear, right? That's the stuff y'all love to click on, that easy, quick money. But for real, this was a fantastic investment. This turned out really, really great. It was good for the company. It was good for Rihanna and I as the investors on the property. And I kind of just wanted to walk you through it and the numbers to show you guys this is real. This can happen. While not always typical to make an investment return like this, it is possible in the world of real estate investing. And I don't know where else other than investing in yourself that you're going to get this type of ROI with your money. So this is why I encourage people to research and look into real estate investing as soon as possible if you're serious about growing your wealth and growing your net worth. So this property, we'll call it Sierra because that's the street it was on. We bought this at auction just over 3.5 months ago, and Rihanna and I decided to be the investors on it, and I actually have the numbers right here in front of me, and I'm gonna walk you through those. Here we go. So we put $3,200 down at the auction. We bought this, it was a foreclosure auction. We had to put $3,200 down at the auction, almost like earnest money. Again, guys, be careful with this because once you put that money down, there's no getting it back. So we put that money down, and that means we have about 10 to 30 days, depending on who the lawyer is, to get them the rest of the cash. If you do not get them the rest of the cash, that $3,200 is gone. So be very careful doing that and understand that it's near impossible to secure financing in time for an auction house. Because they would need to do an appraisal and get in there and all that stuff, and it's really not possible. At least I don't think it's possible. I've never heard of it being possible unless you have access to a line of credit or something like that. So again, be careful buying auction houses. So we bought it for $3,200 down. We did buy this house sight unseen other than the outside of it, but we could not get inside. We could look through the windows. We could see that it was vacant and nobody was living there, which is always a plus because that's something else you have to account for. If people are living there, it takes a while to get them out, and you might have to pay a lawyer and you might have to get the sheriff involved, and it's a lot. So this was a good purchase for the fact that nobody was living there. So then the remainder of the purchase was $29,041. So call it, we paid about $32,000 for this house. We knew right away we got a good deal, and we had a few options with this. We could actually wholesale it, put it right back up for $50,000 and just sell it to another investor or somebody who wanted to do a handyman thing and fix it themselves. Or we could do a rehab, which is what we decided to do, and make much higher margins but take a little while longer. But this project went super smooth. Huge thank you to my partner Steve, who managed this project and kept it on budget and under time. We always do about $10,000 in overage. That means we do the entire budget and then we add $10,000 on top of the budget for anything that might go wrong. Contractor leaves us hanging, we knock a wall down and find something. Anything can happen. Something goes wrong with the weather and it hurts the house. So insurance helps with that as well, but we do $10,000 in overage on every house just in case, depending on the size of the house, but usually about $10,000, and we didn't use any of that. So we came in under budget and saved the entire overage amount as well, which is fantastic. So after purchasing it, we did a budget on it, and then we spent the next 2 months doing the renovation. We redid the entire inside, redid the entire kitchen. Guys, if you're rehabbing a house, you guys already know, the kitchen, the master bath, the master bedroom, those are your focal points, but the whole house should look nice. We really do take pride in our work and what we provide for our end customer. So we redid the whole house, put windows in it and things like that, made it really nice, updated the HVAC unit. I'm not sure if we put in a new HVAC unit or just had the one that was existing fully inspected and updated, but either way, we always make sure that is functional for the client as well. I don't believe this needed a roof. The roof was already good on it. So anyway, it took us about 2 months. So we actually sold this house the very next day after putting it on market. We had an offer the next day and we accepted it, and it drug out forever. It took a month and a half to close, and usually about 30 days. This took a month and a half, and the reason why it felt longer is we were told at about a month mark we were due to close that week, and then it pushed out another 2-3 weeks after that. And it really wore us out because it also could scare your client away. They could not want to wait on the closing. They could get frustrated with the whole thing and back out as well. So that's nerve-wracking to us. And if you watch my previous video on Instagram, you'll know that we've been going through this struggle on about 3 or 4 of our houses. So this one was also nerve-wracking, but anyway, we finally closed on this, and now I'm gonna give you the final numbers, and I'm gonna break it down for you right over here on what we spent, what we made, and what our ROI was on that. Again, it was fantastic. This ROI is based on Rihanna and I's investment return. So we get a third of the profit off the house. So actually ours is actually lower than the gross ROI on this house, those numbers would be astronomical. Ours are really good as well, but I'm just gonna do it on ours because most of you don't own a flipping company or investment company. You wanna know what you could get if you invested in one. All right, so here we go. Here goes the numbers. Like I said, we bought it for $32,000 at the auction. That was our purchase price. And then over the next couple months, we put another $30,000 roughly into the rehab amount. And that brought us out to a total of $59,700 total invested out of Rhiannon and I's pocket. That's the money we put out for the purchase and the rehab. And then, like I said, we sold it the very next day. We almost got full asking price, which is around $110,000. We did do some concessions in there and help them with some of their closing costs. So after lawyer fees and closing costs and all that, we grossed about $39,000 in profit on this property. And again, that's having only $59,000 invested into it. Rhiannon and I, as the investors, we get 1/3 of that profit, which was roughly almost $13,000. So you do the math on that, and it was a 95.95% annualized ROI or a 21% cash on cash ROI. This was fantastic. We loved it. We're happy about it. The company's happy about it. Everybody made money in this situation, and the client, the customer who bought the house, loves the house. So this is what you call a win-win-win. We are all extremely happy. Now look, I know what you're saying. Well, John, that's only a 95% annualized if you keep the money moving. And you're right. If I don't keep the money moving, that ROI keeps dropping and dropping and gets lower and lower, but I have kept this money moving. In fact, this money came off of a house where we made 121% annualized ROI. But let's just say, for argument's sake, that we don't use this money again on any other flips. We've already found another one, but let's say we don't spend it on any more flips for the rest of the year. So that'll be 1 year. Guys, it's still a 21% annualized ROI if we don't use the money again for the rest of the year. So if we only use it on this flip and you did the math on 1 year, we still made a 21% annualized ROI, which is fantastic. And look, just because I don't want to be one of those YouTubers, I have it right here in front of me. Our proceeds, $12,000. You can read at the top up there. But I just wanted to do exact numbers here to kind of help excite you guys and get you motivated into real estate investment. Again, these numbers are not typical, especially if you're not hands-on. If you're just giving somebody your money to invest, expect somewhere between 8 and 12%, which is still much better on average than the market, the stock market, especially if you're out there trying to day trade yourself and making negative 20%. But really, this is much higher than the standard market. And if you do get into this hands-on, you can see these types of investment returns. And I don't know where else with a secure asset backing your investment, you can get this type of ROI for this amount of risk. If you guys know of it, if you guys know where I can get 100% annualized ROI and have an asset protected in my name as a deed of trust, let me know so I can also invest in that as well. All right, that's it for this house and the breakdown. If you have any more questions, if I forgot anything, please leave your comments in the comment section below. I'll be happy to answer those for you. Please hit the thumbs up on this video if you like it. It gets me in front of more people, which is my goal, is to educate as many of you as possible. And subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next video.